Welcome to RPG Archive. We're doing Q&A. This is from like 2 months ago. I meant to get it out in around Thanksgiving, but things did not work. So we're back. We're excited. We're ready to go. If you have any questions, make sure that you put them in the Discord in the Q&A section. All right, let's take a look. We got Miguel Anito, that's Maltamaster. He's been streaming a lot, and I think he's starting a Twitch channel. But he's over on Maltamaster. He's been streaming there on YouTube a lot. Great channel, great content, great guy. Let's see what he says. He says, "Are you good at Rocket League?" I used to play. I was all right. Never played competitively. Do you play any games that aren't on the computer? Yes. So many. I've got 3DS games, Switch games. I mean, you can emulate those, but still, I mean, not natively. So there you go. Wario T, I believe that's Teddy from Majority, unofficial co-host of the show. What do you think Boreal was like in his prime? He was chill. Ophidian Mind. Have you ever played the Famicom survival horror RPG Sweet Home? That is a great one to play for the Halloween season, and it was a huge influence. I'm a little late. Influence on the Resident Evil series. I did actually play it because I was going to use it for a for a Game Talk game way back when we were doing that for the button mappers. Check them out. But I didn't really like it. It was a little too cryptic for me. I like some of the concepts, but it just didn't really. I couldn't play it for very long. Old games, I just have a hard time with. Cool ideas, but I didn't get very far. Wario T, what are you currently looking for from your RPGs? It's a tough one. I think what I always look for is just like a deep, good mechanics. I don't really care so much about story. So, because I just don't really like game stories anyway. So, cool characters and good mechanics and the ability to kind of make it my own. So, like an element of customization. What is an SMT game you wish to play? I'm going to actually scroll now. What is an SMT game you wish to play? It's different on my screen. Anyway, BioPhoenix, check out his channel. Great guy. I wish to play, and I've played a little bit of it, but I'd like to play it more, is Digital Devil Saga. It was a PS2 game, 1 and 2. I think I like 2 actually more, just because I like the hex grid. But I like games. I like SMT's battle system, but I don't love the monster collecting portion of it. It's fine, and I'll play it, but I prefer like solid casts. So, like a consistent party would be preferable, and that game had it. So cool game and really cool art style, too. Malta Master's back. He says, "Are you a fan of the Tates? In what way do they inspire you?" And just reading ahead here, he says, would you allow Andrew Tate to be on your next RPG archive? The Tates, I don't personally follow them or anything. Not that I really follow anybody, but I think some of his message is good. Of men should be men and really try to own up today and in today's society that's becoming rarer and rarer. So I can get with that. Obviously, some of the actions are a little kooky, a little strange, but I think the message for young men is pretty good. And would I allow him on the next RPG archive? Of course, sure. I'll talk to anybody, especially if they're famous. Whatever. It'd always be interesting to understand like what's going through their heads. I just think like with the with the Andrew Tate stuff, like it's sad that so many people have to follow somebody like that. Like you have to be an influencer to get people to understand that. Um, but if you don't want to follow it and you just want to know like the basics of it, I think you just need to chase excellence. Basically, because it comes down to like, how do I get a girl? That's really what it all boils down to with those. And it's a lot of like guys that have a hard time getting women. But I think the key is, and what any advice I would give to a young multimaster or to anybody, is that you should just chase excellence. Find something you're good at and get really, really good at it. Women will appreciate that. Don't worry about your looks, or if you want to worry about your looks, get really good at looking good, and women will appreciate that. But just get really good at something and become successful, and the women will come. You don't need to use lines on women or understand their psychology. Just be successful for yourself, and the other stuff will come along. Are you voting for Ron DeSantis? This is the assumption that Ron DeSantis is going to be president, because I don't live in Florida. So if you're talking about the presidential election, I don't know. You have to choose between DeSantis and Trump. Go. Who would you choose, DeSantis or Trump? I have to choose between them. I'm picking Donald Trump because he's funny as fuck. Who would I choose? Nobody. I don't vote. I don't think anybody should vote unless they actually like a candidate. And I would be shocked if any of the candidates let's look at the last election. Donald Trump and Joe Biden. Any other vote would be a vote that you throw away, which go ahead, throw your vote away, but whatever. It doesn't matter. I would not vote for any of these people. I would not put my name down for either of them. They're absolute garbage humans. They're terrible at their jobs. Well, I mean, Donald Trump's actually pretty good at his job, but like he's not a great guy, like a human. He's funny as fuck, but I wouldn't want either of them. And that's the problem, is that our system is just like, you can vote for this guy or vote for this guy. It's the freedom of choice to choose between two people that we pick for you. It's garbage. So don't vote. And that's the thing, is if enough people don't vote, if they're like, wow, the voter turnout is lower and lower than ever, that will, increase the odds that somebody will rise and say, you know what, I want to actually get votes. I want people to actually believe in me. And then actually we'll get a good candidate. But if everyone's just going to vote anyway, and it's like, well, the Republican is going to get Republican votes and the Democrat's going to get Democratic votes, and it's up to like 3 states on who gets to be the president, what's the point? Like, why are you participating in this? So that's my thoughts. Susan, which is Dragon Quest Poppy. I called him Susan because I think he said that. I think he said in like a stream that he used to be called Susan. Like, people used to call him that, which is funny as fuck. Which weapon choice would you go with in real life? No guns, by the way. Has to be Dragon Quest weapons. A Dragon Quest weapon. I think it would be cool to have like a huge axe. If you skipped any of Multimaster's questions, can I use my turn up and you answer whichever question you skipped? No. Well, I mean, I answered them all. Puff, puff, Mary, whack. Sounds like a puff, puff, Mary, whack, like Patty Whack. Dragon Quest 11 edition. Sylvando, Hendrik, or Eric? Oh, so I gotta be gay in this example. Okay, if I'm gay, I am whack. I'll whack Sylvando. I can't stand that character. I would marry Hendrik for his loyalty. And I would puff puff Eric. He's a little twink boy. Same thing, Teddy says. Bianca, Nira, Deborah. Okay, this one's a little more interesting. Bianca and Nira are like the same or similar. So you just have to whack one of them. I would whack Bianca. Mary Nira, and then Puff Puff Deborah. She's like the good time girl, as they say. Pokemon Edition, Jessie, Nurse Joy, Officer Jenny. I never was really into Jessie, so I will whack her. Nurse Joy, Mary, just take care of you. Puff Puff, Officer Jenny. That's like a more of a fetish kind of thing. More for girls, but whatever, I'll take it. Teddy also asked, if Dragon Quest 12 came out tomorrow, would you drop all other RPGs to play it? Assuming I wasn't playing an RPG for like a reason, like a show or anything, then yeah, I would. Dragon Quest Poppy is back. Who are you going to marry in your Dragon Quest 11 playthrough, and why is it Hendrik? Which characters beside the main cast would you want to be party members in the world of Dragon Quest 11? Jasper, Gemma, Sandy, Don Rodrigo. Nah, I'm good. I don't want any of them. I think there's too many party. I think there's one too many party members in the cast as it is. Who do you think was the last time? When do you think was the last time Don Rodrigo shaved his mustache? I don't give a shit. Why is Master Pang so hot in Dragon Quest 11? Because guys made that game. Whose hairstyle would you steal from the cast of playable characters in Dragon Quest 11? Probably Eric's. He looks pretty cool. Short-haired Serena or long-haired Serena? Is that even a question? Long-haired Serena. Very few girls can pull off the short hair look. Very few. So don't even try it, honestly. Just grow out your hair. Multimaster asks, what Dragon Quest will you play next? We're playing 11. Although we're also playing Monsters, so I don't know. One of those. Ophidian says, I'd be curious to see your review on Giten Megami Tensei Tokyo Moko Shiro. Bless you. But very little that can probably be shown on YouTube. Okay. They're having a little discussion. Teddy, what RPG will you never play or do your best not to? That's an interesting question. That's the Hyperdimension Neptunia games. Just cheap fan servicey games that I tried to play one just to understand it. I got like 15 minutes in and I was like, this is so stupid. That's like the antithesis of what I like. So that's it. Ophidian says Quest 64. Whatever. Anyway, that's it. Happy New Year, everybody. I'll see you guys next time.